Thank you, Sean. Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to take a minute to thank Cecil and the Chamber of Commerce for sponsoring this great event and for including Modesto City Schools in the presentation, because we're very proud of our program offerings and our students. I'm extremely proud of the programs, pathways, and academies that Modesto City Schools has to offer our students. It's always a treat for me to visit our high school campuses and to talk with the students involved in these programs. Last month, I had the opportunity to visit a small engines class at Bayer, and I spoke to a student who is a senior, and so following graduation, he's going to move to Germany. This has all been arranged, and he's going to attend the BMW mechanics school. This student was focused, driven, well-spoken, and confident. I left that class, as I often do when visiting our students, just amazed. But these are the type of students that these academies and pathways are turning out. I'm so excited for you to hear about our programs, pathways, and academies from some of the people that know them the best, and that's our students. If you hear about a program today that you think could benefit from a partnership with our organization, or you think that your organization could benefit from a partnership with one of our programs, please contact me. We're always looking for partnerships because we believe collaboration is key. So thank you for supporting such an important event, and it's very worthwhile. And now it's my pleasure to introduce to you our Director of Alternative and Vocational Education, Mr. Mike Henderson.
Good afternoon and thank you. Our theme is preparing for tomorrow today, and Superintendent Abel has been actively engaged in our programs and has reinvigorated the discussion about building stronger partnerships to prepare our students for post-secondary options, whatever those may be. She's been expecting more of all of us, and we appreciate her leadership and support. While I'm here representing Modesto, let me quickly acknowledge my colleagues from Ceres to Turlock, Oakdale, Sonora, Patterson, and others in between for your outstanding programs and people to provide career tech opportunities to students in your communities. Under the umbrella of the Yosemite ROP, our combined 136 teachers taught 84 different types of courses in 15 different industry sectors, serving nearly 8,000 high school and adult students last year with relevant and exciting learning through career tech education. In Modesto City Schools specifically, we're responsible for educating nearly 30,000 students annually, about half of which are in high school. Last year, close to half of those took career tech ed courses, which take many forms such as career academies, pathways, ROP, or specialized programs that infuse occupational skills. Whether you're in education, business and industry, or simply a member of the community, with these sheer numbers of students in our district and the compounding impact their success has on the collective goals of our community, from either educational, employment, and economic perspectives, we all have a vested interest in the success of these programs and the students they educate. We're not only open to, but we are actively pursuing stronger connections with the vested stakeholders in our community, whether they be post-secondary education, training facilities, business and industry, or community organizations. A common theme among the Expect More committees was the need to better market our programs. Our CTE group felt the same, and we've been well received by local publications. In MCS, we held a tour of our specialized programs for business and community leaders last year, and what we found was a bit of an awareness gap. Their comments reflected not knowing that some of the programs existed and being impressed by their innovation, their rigor, and how transformative they were for students who described them as deeply meaningful. On the academy front, MCS currently has 7 career academies in operation, many of which operate as California Partnership Academies. The outcomes are captured in the following statewide data from academies operating under the Partnership Academy Network. 50% of the students are selected based on at-risk criteria, and the vast majority, 80 to 90+% of them, meet a high attendance and on-track criteria, credit criteria, and academies as a whole boast a 95% graduation rate compared to a statewide average of 85%, with significant gains for special subgroup populations. Last year, nearly half of our high school students took career tech courses. The top 5 industry sectors based on enrollment are listed on the slide. Ag and natural resources led the way, and some were surprised to hear that over 2,500 students, 18% of our total high school population, were enrolled in Ag or FFA, followed by the remaining industry sectors as shown on the slide. Whether they're career academies or pathways or other specialized programs, the common threads that run through these career tech programs are the integration of core academic content and applied learning, ROP, often taught by instructors who started their careers in industry, then came into education, so they bring that industry experience with them, teaching students directly, a community classroom component, employability skills and workplace expectations that are embedded into the curriculum. It is part of what they do in the class. A dual emphasis on not only technical skills, depending on the industries represented, but also soft skills. I'm proud to introduce to you today just 5 of our many outstanding career tech programs, each with a video, a student speaker, and a representative from business and industry. By way of introduction at the outset, for FFA, the industry speaker is Jake Wenger of Wood Colony Nut Company. For medical and health, Carla Mensonides, the healthcare career coordinator at Memorial Medical Center. For culinary arts, owner of Surla's Restaurant, John Surla. On behalf of robotics, Bill O'Brien, County Board of Supervisors and owner of O'Brien's Market. And for media technology, Dan Schloss of Echo Media Productions. Enjoy a look at some of the great things that are happening in Modesto City Schools.
I just wish they understood like how much work it is, but how much fun it is, really.
Yeah.
And just like how the whole experience will change you. Like
Yeah, we're like building our future here. So
yeah, we're like already one step ahead. So
Okay, so this year I'm a junior at Grace Davis FFA, and I'm currently our chapter's president. And coming into FFA as a freshman, I didn't really know what I was going to do, and it turns out that not only through breeding pigs, but judging teams, it's taught me a lot of leadership skills.
This isn't my lawnmower, it's actually a project that someone's brought in. Right now I'm just giving it a service, so I went ahead and took off the spark plug and the air filter, checked the oil, all that stuff.
He emphasizes about how this class is pretty much like your job, and like it treats you just like a job. Like he wants you here on time, doing all your stuff just like a normal job.
Being an FFA officer and being in all the ag classes, I've learned to work well with others, speak well. It helps really well with me in my job that I have because I was always shy to talk in front of people, and just being able to work with others and ask questions and being able to compare your work.
Well, when I grow up, I want to go to the UC Davis and get a veterinary degree, and this class really helps me out and possibly become a marine veterinarian.
Ever since like freshman year, I got addicted to this stuff, so it's what I want to do. I have a passion for this. I like building stuff, welding stuff. I just want people to look at my work and just be like, oh, he did a good job, you know. I'd like to hire this person, and this is just what I pretty much want to do for the rest of my life.
My name's Seth Lemons.
And my name's Victor Magallon.
We're from Thomas Downing Mechanics.
And we're ready to work.
Good afternoon. My name is Sydney Smith, and I'm a senior at Grigori High School. I'm currently serving as the Stanislaus Tuolumne Section President, as well as Grigori's Chapter President. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all of you for giving me this opportunity to speak here today. In Modesto City Schools, we have 2,562 agriculture students, and if you were to ask them about the importance of agriculture education in FFA, you would receive 2,562 answers in return. Agriculture education in FFA offers extraordinary, diverse, and vast opportunities that provide something for everyone involved in it. Agriculture education is more than classroom instruction. It's getting involved in the community, doing hands-on activities that truly make you more knowledgeable about agriculture industry as well as its practices. And also it gives you leadership skills that will not only help us in the present day, but in all our future endeavors. As an FFA member, I've truly embraced the infinite opportunities that it has given me. For example, doing the impromptu speaking contest, showing an animal in the fair, participating in the judging team of agronomy, and attending many leadership conferences and serving as an officer in the FFA organization. There are over 71,000 California FFA members, and each of us have our own unique story about the FFA and its importance in our lives. However, I believe that there's one underlying meaning, that FFA has taught us essential qualities that we will need to be a worker, a leader, a student, a friend, and a teammate. FFA is more than just an organization, but it's a family, and I'm proud to represent the largest youth organization in the United States. And I'm proud to know that we are the future generation of agriculture leaders, as well as living to serve beyond the blue corduroy jacket. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jake Winger. I am a past California FFA state president, past Modesto FFA member, fourth generation family farmer here in Modesto. My great-grandfather settled about a mile west of 99 in 1910. Built the house that I grew up in where my folks still live in 1912. And agriculture has been a big part of our family for several generations in the Modesto area. And the FFA, we're 3 generations of FFA members in my family, all through Modesto FFA programs. And the impact that FFA has on agriculture in this community, you can't say enough about. 2011, Stanislaus County Agriculture produced a record $3 billion in gross revenue. It's good enough to be 6th in the state of California and 7th in the nation as far as agricultural production. What we have in this community is beyond belief. And these members that come up, just like Sydney, who just came up here, are going into the community after high school, after attending college, coming back and leading agriculture in a way that we haven't seen before, and that other communities really don't compare to. A lot of our, excuse me, a lot of our FFA members are coming back and, like myself, returning to the family farm, or they're starting businesses of their own, or they're moving into science careers, or they're moving into other forms of business. They're moving into politics. In fact, when I was a California FFA state officer, we got a phone call from a gentleman who is the executive producer of Access Hollywood. And his FFA jacket had burnt up in a fire, and he was contacting us because, doggone it, it meant so much to him, he had to get a replacement FFA jacket immediately. We got him a jacket as soon as we could, and he got us tickets to Jay Leno, so I thought it was a pretty even trade. One of the other things that FFA promotes big time is the premier leadership. FFA prides itself in the leaders that it produces, and it is more evident in this community than anywhere else. I'll give you a few names. Claire Berryhill, Henry Voss, Dick Ling, Ann Veneman, and Bill Lyons Jr. All members of this community who went on to become California Secretary of Agriculture. No other region in the state can brag about something like that. 2 of those individuals, Dick Ling and Ann Veneman, went on to become United States Secretaries of Agriculture. Again, something that no other community can say, Ann Veneman becoming the first woman to hold that position. And that tells you something about not only the members that are coming through, but also the agriculture instructors that we have in Modesto City Schools. One of the things we learned in going through FFA and talking about leadership is a top-notch leader produces top-notch leaders that are as good or better than themselves. And we always use the example of football. I'm a big football fan, it's football season, and we said, look at the good head coaches. Of course, if we're in this area, you look at Bill Walsh and the legacy and the Super Bowls that he produced. And then you look at coaches who were underneath him who went on to win Super Bowls of their own, the George Seiferts, John Gruden, Mike Shanahan, Mike Holmgren, Bill Belichick, guys who went on to become successful coaches of their own, and then their legacy continues, and coaches under them are now coming through and winning Super Bowls of their own. And that's what we have here in Modesto City Schools. It's the Super Bowl of producing agricultural leaders. And I thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to come here and share that with you today. Thank you.
My name's Seth Lemons.
And my name's Victor Magallon,
We're from Thomas Downing Mechanics.
and we're ready to work.
We're trained and we're ready to work.
I'm Michaela Scully, and I'm in the Enox VET program, and I'm ready to work.
I'm Marina Nishida, and I'm in the Agriculture-FFA program, and I'm ready to work.
In closing, Modesto City Schools is proud of our programs and our students who take part in them. Like the students, we stand ready to work to strengthen and deepen our connections with business, industry, and post-secondary institution. Thank you for this opportunity to extend an open invitation for partnership.